Hello, everybody. Well, you are all probably wondering why Mariana and I just burst into laughter before we even started the video. That is because we have been laughing from the last 15 minutes because we just realized that despite being a psychic, Mariana does not know everything.
It's very unfortunate.
Mariana did let's ask Mariana what she didn't know and see if she knows it now or not.
If you watched episode 1 of season 4, I've mentioned a little situation where I had trouble with writing my story. And put it this way, I tried my best to get the speech to text function to work on my phone. And much to my frustration, I couldn't get it to work. So the whole day was a waste. I, I wrote 2 words for a day because I couldn't get this thing to work. I wasn't at home, couldn't use my laptop, and I couldn't get this thing to work. And I wanted to use my time wisely, of course, because otherwise, I just waste a day. Anyway, after this whole day of struggling, Yash said to me, "Why don't you just use Google Docs?" I mean, like it's so obvious.
Exactly. Mariana had been using Microsoft and she'd been trying to get it to understand what she's saying, uh, but it wasn't working well. And I was like, use Google Docs. It is so simple
It's so
and it's
simple.
available everywhere. No, Mariana didn't know that. And that gives
I
you a
did not know.
lesson that not even telepathic people know everything.
But on that note, Yash, okay, so there's Google Docs. What other tools can people try? I mean, surely there must be more, if not Google Docs.
I
Do you think
personally,
there are other
yeah, I personally
options?
have been using Google Docs and Microsoft Word only for
Mm,
however many years that I've been writing, which are very few. But so when I started writing, I did choose Microsoft Word because that's all I knew about. Even I didn't know about Google Docs back then. So so I used Microsoft Word, and funny thing, I wrote my very first book on my phone in the Microsoft Word itself. It was a great experience. I
wow.
used to get up early in the morning, go out on the roof, and set my chair in the same place every day while the sun was barely rising and like it was uh, dawn and very light bluish kind of scene everywhere. And it was also during the season when it's not too hot, not too cold, like the perfect temperature in the mornings. And that's when I used to sit outside and on my phone go click and write the stories. That was also the time, which was good. So I knew about Microsoft Word back then, and that's what I used to write in. And then I came across Google Docs, which was so much simpler, and most importantly, it allowed for sharing so easily. Like you
Mm,
can just send somebody a link instead of sending them a whole downloaded PDF or document,
mm,
and they can simply use the link to view, or they can use the link to comment or
mm,
suggest different changes, or they can even edit your story so that
mm.
everything happens in just one document. And it's kind of very cool. Another tool that I have heard about but have not yet been able to try it is called Scrivener. Do you know anything about it?
I have Scrivener, but I think you need to do a lot of research before using it. It's a brilliant program, but it's
Yeah, that's,
not so user friendly. Um,
or
it's
maybe it's not very
yeah,
beginner friendly, right?
yeah. That's more the word. It's if you've just started out using it, it is quite complicated. But I think once you get the hang of it, there's a lot of lovely functions on there that you won't find on Word or Google Docs or everywhere else.
Yes.
And to organize your ideas and that. I'm not using it too much because it's a very intensive program. You have to like
Yeah, very
really know
heavy.
what you're doing. Yeah, so
Exactly.
I'm not using it that often. I just wanted to say that the reason why I wanted to use the speech to text is to save time because
Yes,
some like this week was such a rush that you can't possibly sit for hours and write. So if you can use less time and write the same amount, it would have been easier. The only thing with that is that you'll have to do quite a bit of editing because it might not pick up every word. But I
exactly.
mean, at least it's there to edit. You
That's
would have saved a lot of time.
That's right. Uh, and it does actually save a lot of time. I should say that because I have experienced it. The first time that I took the NaNoWriMo challenge, the National Novel Writing Month, I think that's the full form, that happens in November. At that time, uh, it was the last day, the 30th of November, and I was actually 5,000 words behind the goal, and I did not want to have that feeling that I lost that challenge by just a few thousand words. So and it was evening. I was sitting in the same chair outside at the same place, but it was evening, and I was like, okay, I have to get this done. And and I talked continuously for like 1 hour, and I got those 5,000 words in, even more actually. I
Wow.
think it was 5,500 words. And although it then required quite a lot of editing, but at least I was able to get it out,
Yeah.
and it was there, and all of it was there. It's not like I missed anything, or that I uh, wasted a lot of time repeating things. Well, there was some repetition, but I think that's the part of it. Like uh,
Yeah.
you always have pros and cons of something. So that's the con part of speech to text. But I think it's good enough. Another tool that Mariana and I have been using recently is Notion. We only just started using it. We haven't been able to use it as much to be able to talk about it very confidently. But what
Mm.
we've discovered is that it is quite also like like very detailed, like a lot of things are in there, a lot of features are in there, just like Mariana said with Scrivener. But Scrivener, I believe, is for the PC or computer users only, but Notion can be
Mm.
used on your phone and on online. Even you don't even have to download anything, so that's good. And Notion also lets you have pages within pages within pages within pages, so
Mm.
you can have a whole tree of whatever documents you want. We will make specific dedicated videos on these softwares as we explore them. So that should be
Yeah.
nice. But the main purpose of this video was to share the funny joke with you all that
That I don't know everything.
and with that, I hope you were able to enjoy this episode, because we didn't really share a lot of writing tips in this one, but had a little conversation with you all. And we hope to have more conversations in the coming videos. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
See
good
you.
time.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.